As Everton face yet another battle for survival, the question that many have is, where did it all go wrong? The easiest place to start would be with their poor performances on the pitch. Before their 1-0 win against Burnley, the Blues' last victory in the Premier League came in a reverse fixture against the same side all the way back in December. Their season has been defined by the 2 points deductions they received. The first one, a 10-point deduction in November, later reduced to 6, and a further 2 points deduction at the start of April. The backlash towards the initial points deduction was universal, with many questioning the severity of the punishment.
I think the 10-point deduction was both unjust and disproportionate, and I think that was the football club's starting position for the appeal. I think part of the problem is that the Premier League itself is dysfunctional from a governance perspective, and certainly it's not fit for purpose for regulating what is self-proclaimed the best league in the world.
One of the reasons they find themselves in this mess to start with is the astronomical transfer fees they've paid over the last decade. Everton has spent large fees on the likes of Yerry Mina, Alex Iwobi, Amadou Onana, Richarlison and Gylfi Sigurdsson to take their total spend since 2015 to €742 million. When Farhad Moshiri announced he was selling the club, with 777 partners being touted as frontrunners to take over, and with a new stadium waiting at Bramley Moor, the prospect of a new start quickly turned this one of concern and negativity due to the risk of administration and questions on if the takeover would even go through. Some also looked at the portfolio of their potential owners, and what they found didn't make for good reading. Most of the clubs invested in have seen financial issues and many broken promises. There is hope, however, that with Everton being their biggest club in their portfolio by some distance, their fortunes will be different.
I can understand the concern from supporters, and I think, supporters are right to be concerned because what they read probably at the minute isn't great. Ultimately, the proof will lie in the pudding, but I think one thing 7-7 do need to do if they come in is they need to hit the ground running and they need to start making sensible and biased decisions, because like we've seen over the last few years with Everton, some of the decisions have been far from sensible, and if anything have been erratic, and that's why they find themselves in the position that they're currently in.
As the season reaches its climax and rumours of a third points deduction circle, the light at the end of the tunnel seems a far distance away. Everton play fellow relegation strugglers Nottingham Forest and Luton Town before the end of the season, meaning their fate is well and truly in their own hands. 4 words emblazoned on each Everton kit's crest will really dictate how the team must play in these last few fixtures. Nil satis nisi optimum, nothing but the best is enough.